but some well-known YouTubers have said that it lets itself down in a few areas and that it's quite boring and dull, while others have really appreciated everything this has to offer, particularly at the price point. Hello, it's possible that this watch could be one of those that you've had on your radar for the last couple of years since it was launched. You've kept coming back to it, but like me, you haven't quite pulled the trigger. Or maybe you're looking for a lovely quality all-round dive watch, something a little bit special, between £500 and £1,000. You've looked at Mido, Satina. This watch has also been on your radar. Well, over the last couple of years, I've looked at a lot of dive watches. And this is one that I finally pulled the trigger on. I'd got a good deal. So what I want to do is just give you my impressions, having never held this watch before. I'll go through my first impressions and we'll have a good look at some of the finer details of this watch, the Citizen Barnacle ProMaster. Bit of a spoiler in case you're wondering, I haven't actually taken it off the wrist since I got it. Just a quick shout out to James Porter and Son, by the way, up in Glasgow, who supplied the watch. First class service, arrived within 2 days, beautifully packaged, got a good deal, and I do like the presentation. Well, this is a watch that I had kept coming back to over the last couple of years, and it was only a matter of time. There was a bit of hype around it a couple of years ago, the Citizen Barnacle Diver, based on I won't go through the whole story, there's loads on the internet about that on YouTube. But basically, it was a reissue of the Challenge Diver from the late 70s that washed up in the early 80s, covered in barnacles, and it still ran. There was a black version and a blue version. And what I want to do in this video, just in case this is also a watch that you've been looking at, but you haven't quite pulled the trigger yet, I want to give you a full rundown. Now bear in mind that these watches, I did get mine in a sale Black Friday, but they do retail under £700. They vary, £625. So what's that? That's just over $700. That's a ballpark figure. And the whole thing, Citizen have put a lot of thought and effort into the whole package, including the packaging. This is just a little bit of fun. It doesn't take up too much room. This is where the watch is stored. There you go. A little diving canister. Pretty standard with Citizen ProMasters, but it's a nice touch. My immediate impression was that it's a darker blue than some of the renders would indicate. If you have a look at graphic design images online, you could be mistaken for thinking it's a very bright, cheap looking blue. This isn't. This is a deep, dull blue. There are some very intriguing design elements to this watch. It has that classic timeless diver look, but also, whilst the case and the bracelet are all brushed, you'll notice that the bezel is high polish, as is the ProMaster logo on the crown. Now, the crystal, as you'd expect, is a sapphire crystal, but it has a lovely large beveled edge to it, larger than most, which gives the effect of expanding the indices into the bezel. Looks great, doesn't it? Just glancing down when you're in the car. Always a good view. I actually like the design as well. I think this is why I've kept coming back to it. If you compare this with a very similar looking watch from Seiko, the new SPB451, one of the plethora of 65 reinterpretation diver reinterpretations that they've brought out this year. You can see it's very similar looking. This is substantially cheaper than that watch, and I honestly can't see that you're getting anything less. In fact, I would say that this offers more. Continuing the theme of this watch as an overall package, it has perfect dimensions. It's a 40.5 case. It's 12.3mm thick and under 49 lug to lug, although it does have male end links on the bracelet. The other thing I noticed is that it's quite light, and the whole thing is made of titanium, but that gives it this duller appearance and makes the whole watch very light. There's not a lot that Citizen haven't thought about here. It's water resistant up to 200 meters. It's actually anti-magnetic to 16,000 Gauss. Not all dive watches can say that. It has a Duratect finish, which is Citizen's proprietary scratch protection, which is fair enough. So that they are very rightly proud of the history of this watch. All these different elements, the water resistance, the Duratect coating, the fact that it's titanium, as the Americans would say, the fact that it's anti-magnetic, all go towards justifying its higher price tier in the Citizen lineup compared to their other ProMaster divers. You can see where the extra cost has been involved, and it doesn't just stop there. It's Citizen's higher grade Miyota movements, the 9 series. Everything lines up, which isn't a given with, in particular, Seiko over the last few years. Whilst the crystal may be flat, it is domed on the underneath, which serves to give classic distortion, and from most angles makes the crystal itself look a little bit slightly domed. So it's a lovely crystal. The crown itself is very smooth. Hacking, first position is the date, we then have a hacking, hand winding, nice and firm, and it screws back in easily. It catches easily and screws smoothly, not too tight. The loom is good, very good. It does last through the night very well. Citizen are known for good loom. I like the way that because of the crystal, that chamfered edge to the crystal, you get a lovely reflection of the loom and the indices in that chamfered edge. Particularly for the price point. It's a fully rounded package, this. The clasp, fairly standard, but what there is a very good diver's extension, and I use this on a daily basis throughout the day. Press these and you can expand the bracelet. A huge amount of adjustment there, and it's easy enough when things cool down. It's easy enough at night to push that back in. So as an overall package, if you were looking for a diver, it's all there, everything you could wish for. Just something else I'm finding while it's on my mind that will be of interest to all watch collectors. I'm finding this is a watch you can just put on quickly if you're undecided and wear with anything. I would never say never but I haven't actually looked at other dive watches since I bought this, and I can't think of much more that I would need in a dive watch. You could spend 10 times what I spent on this, and I can guarantee it would be diminishing returns. Don't forget as well that Citizen, as standard, offer a 5-year guarantee, which is excellent. 5 years. So that's my thoughts on the Citizen Barnacle Diver. I'm pleased I've got one. I think it's a keeper. Until next time. If you want to see another Citizen diver that has even better loom than this, in fact, the best loom of any watch I've ever had, then click on this video. And also, you can possibly check out this playlist to lose yourself for half an hour or so. See you soon.